Alright, let's see, let me get that straightened up in the frame. Today here on the workbench, I have a Bachmann Em1, and it has a problem. This rear set of trucks, it will not turn. The front set turns really well, but the back set, I have nothing. And I can get that out of it. But what I'm afraid of is this probably has a bad gear in it. But what we're going to do today is we're going to just kind of troubleshoot this, and then we'll see if we can get the parts and get it fixed. So let's flip this over and let's see. Let me kind of go forward here a little bit. Get some stuff out of the way. I've got a couple other projects here I'm pushing back out of the way. So let's start the disassembly here so we can get this apart and troubleshoot it. So excuse me. So to start, I am going to remove this rear truck because I want to look in this plate, or pull this plate up. And we'll set that back there. It's another. Take this screw out. And get that out. It's magnetized. I keep picking up everything else. Okay. So we'll get this one out. We'll go ahead, pop this up. Now, I want to see if I can look down in here. But first, let me pull this up out of here. See if I can just see anything right off. I don't see anything here on the top. I can't see anything down below there. So, I wonder if I pull this whole assembly out, which I may regret that later, and it won't come out. I want to see if I can turn this gear. I can't turn that by hand in there. Okay, so get my bushings back in. Got that. Okay, so everything's back in. Let's kind of put this back on temporary. And we'll go ahead and let me get a smaller screwdriver. Oops. These things are a pain. Okay. Now let me just put a couple of screws back in that. I want to pull that whole thing off of there. The whole rear truck I want to pull off of there. So to do that, we'll pull this screw out. Set that over there. And then most of these locomotives have screws underneath the sand domes. So let's pull these off. That over there. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. So let's go ahead and pull them out. I'm gonna set these up here in a way that I'll remember where they go. That one. And there's that one. Okay. Now I wonder see if I got a I wonder if we have anything else. That doesn't seem to come off. That doesn't come off. I don't want to apply too much pressure. Over. There we go. Just got to get it started. Okay, so now that sand pipe, or maybe that's an exhaust pipe, was down in there. But anyway, it came out, so we'll have to remember to snap that back in. Now you can see a screw up here by my thumb, right in there. That is for the weight that's in there. So let's set that over on its side. Okay, there's our front drive shaft, a motor cover, or shaft cover. I think Bachmann calls that a motor cover. This looks like it needs a little cleaning here. I'll clean that up in a little bit. I want to find out how to get this rear truck off. So let me, there's a motor wire. They've got those soldered down. Let me go ahead, I'll take this cover off. If nothing else, this video will be really great for reassembly. Oh, one screw back here. That's what I was afraid of. Now, that's one thing I was afraid of. They've got these wires in here. Don't want to have to pull the solder out, but that may be, if I can find this. Let me pull this little board off. Maybe I can do it that way. There. Now I'll pull this one up. And I may not have to unsolder anything. Go. Pop that up. I don't give you much extra, but I'm gonna have to I am going to at least take the wires, turn my soldering iron on. I'm going to take this rear truck, the wires off of it, so I can pull it out. So, got this one. one. Not that one. And that one. So it's going to be these first two. So that one. And then that one. So that should let me pull my wire back through. Okay, there we go. Now that'll let us in there. So now, looks like there is a brass screw. Now I know you can't see that, but it is underneath that drive shaft. So I'll have to pull this gear cover off. And that's just a clip. Go in there. We can pull our drive shaft out. And that's on there solid. So I don't know. Now you can see that little brass screw in there. So let me get that out. And then we'll be able to take this gearbox apart. Because before this thing stopped running, it ran smooth. And then it was just all of a sudden. So, okay. There's that. Let me dump this brass screw out. So there's our brass screw. Now I'll set this probably right in my way. Actually, I'll set it on the floor. Or set it on another piece of styrofoam anyway. Okay. Now, see, I'm moving those wheels, and that gear is not moving. So, let's turn this back over. We'll take this plate back off. Pull that up. Now let's just remove the drivetrain. Okay, I'm trying to get it in here to where you can see. Actually, let me see if I can rotate this around. Okay, well, there's our problem. Now, to see if I can, let me do this. Let me pull. We'll pull my magnifier down here. See if we can film right through that magnifier. Now, right there, and I know this is hard to see. Let me get a smaller pointer. There at the tip of that screwdriver. It looks to be, there's maybe 2 gears missing off of that. And I know that's hard to see on that camera. But let me go ahead and there's a couple of pins here. And I'll push that pin out and get that gear out, and then we'll look at it. So I bet I can't get that lucky and just be able to. Oh, I did. Small bladed screwdriver. Get that wheel out of the way. Right through that hole, pushed it right out. Now, where'd our gear go? It's still stuck in there. There, now it's clear. You can see right where those teeth are broken off. So now I need to find a gear. Let's see, let me spin this around because there's 2 more gears in there. That one's good. And that one, the other one down in there, it spun really well, so I'm gonna say that it's good also. Put this back down. Alright, so that has been our troubleshooting video for the day. And I know I think I missed a week on posting a video, but I got this in from a fella at the club and I wanted to get this fixed. So now I'm gonna, well, let's measure this thing. Yeah. So to measure that right there, we are at 344 thousandths on that. That's the diameter, 344. And I need to count the gears. Well, first I want to look and see if Bachmann sells that part, and I'm betting they don't. So we'll have to find something. So let me hop on the internet here real quick. We'll see if Bachmann sells this part. Bachmann Em1 parts. It's for the rear truck. Okay. Looks like the gear number, or the part number for that, is OOF02. And there's two of them, but we only have one bad. So now, let's go back, search their site, OOF02. There is no product that matches the search criteria. Okay then. Can buy a complete tender, which I don't want. And I'm searching this right now, so they've got the chassis, which I don't want. They only have 49 parts for this thing. There's the motor, motor cover. I'm through 30 parts. Motor holder. There's the rear truck. So it looks like the only thing they have, you can buy the whole rear truck, this whole thing, and it's $105. Well, I really don't want to pay $105 for that gear. And I'm sure that the gentleman I'm working on this for doesn't want me to pay $105 for that one gear either. So, of course, now that Northwest Short Lines is out of business, I guess I'll have to do a little searching. So, all right, well, I'm going to conclude this video for right now, and when I can find the part, then we'll make a repair video. So this was the troubleshooting video, which that was relatively simple. But anyway, thanks for watching.